Hey guys, I would like to start off today by saying a very big thank you to all of you for watching my first video and for liking and subscribing to the channel. Thank you all so much for the love and support. I really appreciate it. Alright, today we will be answering a very simple but not so simple question. The question is this: can I change my school or designated learning institution (DLI) after I have applied for my student permit? Now, this sounds like a very simple question, but it is quite complex and it has multiple levels, which we'll be talking about shortly. Before we do, let me issue this disclaimer again to say that I am not an immigration professional and I am not an immigration consultant, so please do your own research. Okay, like I was saying, there are three levels to this question. The first one is, I have applied for my student permit. It has not been approved yet, but for some reason or for whatever reason, I want to change my school. Okay, that's the first level. The second level is, I have applied for my student permit. It has been approved, but I am yet to travel to Canada. But I want to change my school for whatever reason. And then the third but last level is, I have applied for my student permit. It has been approved. I have traveled to Canada. I'm here. But I'm having a change of mind and I want to change my school. So what do I do? Now, let's start with the first one. So if you have applied for your student permit, but it's still in the process, it has not yet been approved, so you're still in your home country, but you'd like to change the school, right? Now, let's read. I'll be reading from my tablet, so let's see what the IRCC website or the government website says. Okay, now it says that if you are applying or if you are trying to change your DLI from outside Canada, so you're still in your home country and you want to change your school or your DLI, if your application is still in progress, you can tell us you changed your DLI by submitting a new letter of acceptance using the IRCC web form. So this is just one sentence. It's pretty straightforward. It says, if you are still back home, your student permit application is still in progress and you want to change the school, make sure you have the information regarding the new admission that you have and submit this through the IRCC web form, so it would be considered with your application that is in progress. Simple, right? So that answers the first level. Now there's a second level that says, I have applied for my student permit. It has been approved, but I am yet to travel to Canada and I want to change my school. What do I do? Now, here's what the IRCC says. It says, if your application for a study permit has been approved and you change your DLI, you must submit a new study permit application with a new letter of acceptance. You must also pay all the fees for the new application. I think this is pretty straightforward. So RCC is saying, or the government is saying, well, if your study permit has been approved and you are not yet in Canada, but you want to change your school, then guess what? You need to submit a whole new application. You're going to pay new fees, and immediately you submit the new application, your old study permit is void. It's done, right? I know someone might be thinking, if I apply for the new study permit and it's not approved, maybe I can use the old one and travel to Canada. Please do not do that. You would land yourself in a whole lot of trouble that you do not want to deal with. So if you are yet to travel here, please note that if you intend to change your school while you're still back home, IRCC requires you to submit a new application, which means your old study permit is cancelled when you do that. Okay, so please keep that in mind. All right, now let's talk about the third level. Someone would say, okay, if I would need to go through all the stress, because I'm not yet in Canada, then let me travel to Canada, and when I get there, I'll change the school. Okay, let's see what IRCC says about that. Now, IRCC says, well, if you are already in Canada, before you change your school or program, you must meet all the conditions of your study permit, the current one that you have. This means you must be enrolled at a designated learning institution and actively studying while you're in Canada. So what this basically means is, now that you're here, you're enrolled at your current school, then you can change to the new school. And how to do that is you just go onto your IRCC profile and update your profile with the new school, the details of the new school, the DLI number, the name, and all of that as required. So someone might be thinking, oh well, so this is the best option, this is easy. Now, here's what I discovered when I was doing my research for this video. Although the website is saying this, the news going around is that the policy has changed, but it is yet to be updated on the Canadian government's website. So what has changed is that even now, as we speak, people that are coming in, or students that are coming in that already have student visas or student permits and want to change their schools are not able to do so. So the information that I found showed that there was a gentleman that came in and wanted to change his school. So he contacted IRCC to do that, and IRCC basically told him, you need to go back home and reapply. And when you go back home to reapply, it definitely means that this current study permit is cancelled, right? So even though the website is saying this, I'll be sharing the link to this website, but even though it's saying this, the information going around is that the policy has changed. It is yet to reflect on the website. So keep this in mind. If you are thinking of doing this, do your research properly so you do not find yourself in a very, very, very sticky situation where your visa, your study permit might be cancelled, and then a new one is in limbo. You don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so I hope I have answered this question. If you need any further details, please let me know. If you have any questions that you'd like me to address, please let me know. There's a question from one of my followers, I should say, Jillian, posted in the comment section of my first video, and I'll be addressing that very shortly. So if you also have any questions or comments or suggestions, please post them in the comment section and we'll get to it. Thank you all, and see you in the next one. Bye.